Hi all, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Let's start rebuilding work using UiPath. In today's session, we are going to discuss about the last module of the sentiment analysis, which is nothing but predictive analysis, where we are going to apply our ML model which we had deployed on the last sessions. So we are going to apply some logics which is help to write our confidence and then sentiment value in a spreadsheet. So we are going to apply some counters over there so that we can get the values in the Excel spreadsheet. Let me quickly jump back to the UiPath studio and start our today's session. So till now we have deployed already. So the value, extracted value will be wrote on the Excel. So what you can do, so we can add two more columns. So using the right cell, let me drag here, drop here. Let me quickly rename the sheet name, which is into data. And then, so change this as well as data. And then, so we have to name the column. So AB will be getting the data of 2, which is name, and then the review comments. So let me name it as C1. And then here D1. So C1 should have some sentiment. So sentiment, so here it will be positive, negative and very negative. So those will be mentioned in the sentiment. So these are the like parameters. So we'll be getting as an output here. Let me show that during the execution. Let me name it as sentiment. Perfect. And then so we have to get our confidence score as well, right? So confidence score will help you to find out so how much bot is confident in this actually. So let me copy this confident, double quotes, just put over here. Perfect. Till now you have initialized each and everything. So yeah, you are good till now here. What is the next step? Will be the predictive analysis. So we can go here. We copy this one and then just switch back to the UiPath Studio. Just go here, drag a sequence, and just try to name it as predictive analysis. So here we are going to use our ML skill each and everything over here. So before that we have to read the Excel data and then we are going to pass the Excel data as an input to the ML skill, right? So what we can do now, so we can use the read range activity or else you can directly use your data scrapping value which you have extracted here. So anything works here, okay? Since I was directly extracting, so I was just plotting this value. So if in your organization you are getting a requirement, so where you have the Excel data predefined, so in those scenarios you can use the read range activity and you can convert it as a data table and you can pass that. Here I was going to use a read range because I was going to write the value in the Excel as well, right? So let me drag a read line, sorry, read range. Okay, so this need a Excel scope. Let me take some workbook activity. So we can highlight the Excel as well. And then what is the sheet name will be? Data, right? Let me name it as data. Perfect. Okay, so we have to place below this one. Yeah. So hope this is perfect. And then you can change the range now. So just make it blank so that it will read the entire workbook. And then name it the data table, control K, DT, data or anything so which you needed. So we can pass the value one by one in the for each and then we can get the values. So let me try to go with the for each now. So for each row in the data table, it will be for Excel. Just try to pause the data table, data, perfect. So here we are going to use our ML skill now. So I hope you have already downloaded this ML skill services. Let me search for ML skills. Yeah. So we have the activity already, right? Perfect. Just drag and drop here. So if you don't have, don't worry, you have to download this particular package. So in the ML skill activity, you can have the two options of a connection mode. One is a robot, one is an endpoint. So for an endpoint, so we have to provide our API key, those fix. If you are using a robot, so no need to provide each anything. So we can in drop down, you can see the packages which is in available in a deployed state. So here I can see something called as feedback sentiment analysis since I have already deployed in our AA center. So just select this one. So we'll be getting an output as a JSON. Okay, so we can test this without any data also. So we can test this actually. So you have to provide this input and then you can get a output over here. So let me try to test this. I am happy. So I just provided a string over here. I am happy. Let me wait for the output. So we have got the output in a JSON format. So this will be the output here. Let me copy this and let me put it in a notepad and show you the structure. So this is the entire structure. So we have to traversal. So this will be the outputs. What do we have to do? So we have to traversal into this particular sentiment node and then we have to capture this data. Likewise, to capture the confidence, so we have to traversal to this confident node and then we have to capture this particular data. So here 0.91 in the sense, so it is 91% sure that it is a positive statement. So that's why it's mentioned as a positive and then it has given the confidence score as well. So as of now, we have directly passed our value, but instead of this, so we are going to pass our the Excel data which we have captured in the particular review site. Let me minimize this. Let me close, and then we have to pass the value here. So what will the value here? So current row of, and then so what is the column name? Double quotes dot to string. So we have to provide the column name. Let me open the spreadsheet. So let me go here. Review is the column name. Let me copy this and then provide the review. Perfect, right? So we have provided the review. So we have to get the output, right? So this JSON response will be the output here. Let's make a control K, JSON underscore. You can make it as response or something which you needed. Okay, enter. Perfect. So we'll be getting the output as a JSON response and this will be the JSON response syntax. So likewise, we'll be getting for each and every reviews, sentiment as well as the confidence. This will be the output of the particular review. So what you have to do? So we have to decentralize the JSON. So basically, if you are using this particular activity and you are making a write line, so it will not come in the particular JSON format. So to make it a JSON format, so what we have to do? We have to use a decentralized. I hope I have missed to mention in the prerequisite. It's okay. So just click on manage package. Just go to the all packages. So here you have to search for the UiPath Web API. So just search for UiPath Web API. You can get this UiPath Web API activities. So just try to download this one, okay? So that you can get your Web API activities as well. So which help you to decentralize your particular JSON response. So once you are downloaded, so just check for decentralize. So you can get here. Just drag and drop this decentralized JSON. So what actually this decentralized JSON will do? So it will make a particular output in a centralized format of the JSON. So this is the format, centralized format. So what we have to do, provide as an input. So we have to provide the input as a JSON response, which you have opted here. Just provide JSON, and then so here we have to create an output, JSON object. This particular decentralized will also help you to traversal to the each and every nodes. So with the help of this JSON object, we can traversal to the node. So as I said earlier, so we have to traversal to the sentiment node and then we have to capture this positive value. Likewise, we have to traversal to the confident and then we have to capture this particular value. So to traversal to each and every node, this decentralized JSON will plays a vital role actually. So we have created a variables as well. So what you can do now, so we can just make a assign activity and we can store the values in a particular assign activity and then we can write into the Excel. So we can do that. Okay. So what you can do now, so drag a assign activity. Okay. Sorry. drag assign activity, delete this one. Okay, just copy and paste as a multiple one. So what are the two variables you have to create? So you are going to capture this particular sentiment and you are going to store in a particular variable, likewise confident as well. So just copy this one, go here, Control K, make it as sentiment, enter. Likewise, so just go here, copy this one, Control K, just create the variable as a confident. Perfect. So we have created two variables. So what I have to do? So we have to traversal to the each and every node. So we have to store the value of a sentiment. So sentiment, so it should be positive value need to be stored here, and then confident value need to be stored over here. So we have to traversal to the each and every node. So how do you traversal? So using the JSON object which you have created here, using that we have to traversal. So just open this one, write it as JSON object dot select token. So select token which help you to traversal to the nodes. So just select token and then which object value need to capture over here. So you have to mention that. So which is sentiment, right? Sentiment. It's plot in a double quotes. Sorry. Copy this perfectly. Sentiment and just prod here. And then so you have to make it as a string, right? So you have stored the value in the assign activity which is the which contain the variable of string. So you have to convert it, right? So just give dot to string. Perfect. So likewise you have to do for confident as well. So how do you do that? So JSON object which is nothing but you have opted from the decentralized JSON. Okay, JSON object dot, so select token, open parenthesis, just double quotes, just for this variable, so which is confident, and then dot to string. Awesome, right? So you have stored the values of the sentiment and confidence now. So this particular variable will store the both values now. So what would be the next step now? So we will be created two more columns, right? So one is sentiment, another one is confident. So we have to write the values of the sentiment as well as confident, correct? That will be the next task for us, correct? So how do we do that? So we have to use a Excel scope or you can use a write line. So we have to make this accordingly. So let me drag a Excel scope. Below this, perfect. Or else you can use the bookmark activity also. Anything is fine here. Just drag a right cell. Just try to provide the path of the particular sentiment analysis, and then sheet name will be data. What are the values? So we have to make a change here. So before that, we can provide the value first of all, sentiment. So copy this and paste one more over here, and then change the value as a confident. So just select this confident. Perfect. So what are the column name here? So we have placed so C and D, correct? So like just assume, so if it will be C and D, right? Okay, so what is the value will be writing? So it will bot will go there and it will just replace this C1 and D1 in each and every transaction. The first transaction it will write the first value in the C and D, and the second transaction will do the same. It will replace the old value and it will write here itself. But what actually happened for us? So it should write the data below only, next lines, right? So how do we do that? So we have to make a counter and then we have to make an increment over there. So in that way only we can increment the cell one by one. So otherwise, what actually will do? It will be replacing the old values only. So what we can do? Just remove the C1. Just remove this as well. So before that, what we can do? We can just make a counter in the top. Okay, so just drag and assign activity, Control K, counter. Here you can set the value as 1 and just try to change the data type. Counter, which is integer. Perfect. So initially we have set the counter value as 1, right? So what you can do now, so just come back here, just open this one, just make plus counter plus 1. Okay, and then just close this, mark in dot toString. So what actually it will happen, so counter value is 1. Okay, so 1 plus 1, 2. So what it will do, it will write in the second string now. So got the things right, got the logic right. So counter value by default initially we have set as 1, 1 plus 1, 2. So it will come here, it will come here and it will write on the second cell now. So copy the same logic, go here in the D, do the same thing, change the value D. Perfect, right? So now one more thing we have to do here. So what are the things? So the for first execution, it will be writing in the second string, which is second row actually. For the third execution, so once again it will write in the third cell only. So it will not go to the next one. So how to do that? So we can drag a assign activity, one more assign activity here. Just increment the counter. Counter plus 1. So in this way, counter will be get incremented. It will go to the next cells now. So I hope we have done perfectly now. So we have created our ML skills. Then we have tested our passed our values. So we have made a decentralized to traversal to each and every nodes. So we have wrote the syntax of the sentiment and then confidence. So we have tried to write the values in the Excel as well. Yeah. Okay, let me try to run this one and just check the output now. Let me save and let me run this one. So bot started running now. So it will be going to the site and then it will be extracting the reviews now. So once it got extracted the review, so it will be stored in the data table and then it will be wrote in the Excel sheet. I hope it might be extracted the data now. So it will be start writing the values into the spreadsheet now. So it created a sheet which is data and then wrote the feedback now, added two column headers. Perfect. So now the predictive analysis state will place in role. So it will start reading the data one by one and it will start writing the feedbacks as well. The bot might be started reading and then started writing the feedbacks now. So it has given the output for first one, so which is very positive, and then just given us 0.72 as a output confidence meter. For the second one, so it has made us a very negative. So it has wrote the confidence as well for the third one, very negative on 0.8. So likewise, it will be happening for each and every data, so which you have stacked actually. So using this, you can make your review feedback for each and every projects or like if you're for organization. So if your organization running based upon the review comments, so you are going to take those reviews and you are going to correct those things which are wrong. So then you can use a sentiment analysis to get predict, and only we can sort it out the negative feedbacks and we can take care on those things. So no need to go through the each and every reviews. So if you have 10,000 reviews, no need to traversal to each and every reviews. So we can directly just use this data scrapping method and you can pass the get the value as an Excel. Finally, you can extract this negative values, and you can take care on those things. So let's wait for some time so that our bot will get ended with each and every transaction. So I guess 3 more transaction is left. I guess still one more is pending now. I hope it is done now. Perfect. So it has done all the things in 4.31 minutes. Awesome. So one more thing, so I just need to tell you. So if you don't want to see the Excel getting opened and then writing on this bot, so what you can do, so you can just click on Excel scope and then you can make it as visible as not. To make a demonstration, I just made as a visible so that you can see what actually happening. So if you don't want, you can just took it off so that your performance will be much better than this. Let me go to the project panel. Yeah, just let me refresh here so that we can get our output sheet. Let me check whether the bot has predicted correctly or not. Let me expand the spreadsheet. Let me take very positive. So beautiful hotel, the breakfast is fantastic, staffs are great. So it is positive feedback, right? So it has given very positive. So negative. So here you can see avoid going to this place, big name, reception, we stayed in the lake. Okay, rooms are decent size. So it is a kind of negative. So they have said avoid going this place, big name. So they have said this is not a good thing. So to go there and stay there, right? So it's kind of negative feedback. So here you can see absolutely a full. So don't be fooled by the architecture. Yeah, this is a bad, right? Rooms and services outfitting bad. So this is a negative feedback. So likewise, bot has read each and every review comments and it has analyzed whether it's a very positive feedback, negative feedback, or like how it actually, and then based upon that, it has given the confidence score as well. So using this confidence score, you can create an action center task. So those things I'll be telling in the next session. So it will be very useful when you are using the AML along with the action center. It will be very useful so that you can directly go to the action center and you can approve the task. So as of now, I guess you'll be very fair understanding you got in the sentiment analysis, how to create the tasks, how to review the comments, how to make your ML models. So I hope you like the session. Thanks for watching. Happy learning.